Giants fans first. In this video, I'm going to do a 2020 draft review. So basically, I'll go through every pick of the first round and just give my thoughts or general observations. So I'll start with the Bengals. The Bengals obviously took Joe Burrow. Hopefully the Bengals got their guy for the future. And Burrow was hands down the best quarterback last year. I mean, I tried to find anything to jump on him about, and I just couldn't find nothing. I mean, he kicked everybody's ass pretty thoroughly, and I say even though he only had like a 1 year standout quarterback, he definitely deserved to be the #1 pick. And at number 2, the Redskins take Chase Young. I mean, surprise, surprise, surprise. And I've seen a few Giants fans holding that hole for Young to drop, but them fans had to know deep down it wasn't happening. The illusions are over, and Chase is a Redskin. So most people had Chase the #1 prospect in the NFL draft, and let's hope he isn't as good in the NFL as he was in college. At 3, the Lions took Jeffrey Okudah. I think most people had Okudah as the #1 corner in the NFL draft, and the Lions will get a replacement for Darius Slay. So that's the Ohio State corners have been hit or miss in the NFL. Okudah is thought to be a low risk to bust. It's always risky taking a corner in the top 5, but if it pans out, the Lions will look like geniuses. At number 4, my New York Giants, they take Andrew Thomas, and Redskins got their pass rushers. Giants get their left tackle that will be responsible for shutting Chase Young down for years to come. So Thomas was thought to be the best left tackle in the draft, and let's hope he turns out to be a Pro Bowler, All-Pro, Hall of Famer, and all that. So in a video I already made, I said in 2-3 years Thomas would be right outside that 5 to 10 best tackles in the league. I like in 2 or 3 years, so I believe he's a plug and play left tackle. The number 5 pick, Dolphins take Tua. Wow, talk about like, high risk, high reward. Dolphins are taking a huge risk with Tua, but it works out. Tua could be the best quarterback drafted in years. I mean, that's just how I feel. Other than Daniel Jones, of course. I mean, come on now. I don't know. Danny's the GOAT, but I hope this works out for Miami. Not only do the Dolphins fans honestly deserve a good quarterback in the NFL, but with a healthy Tua, I think the NFL will just be better as a whole. I mean, he's an excellent player. The number 6, Chargers took Justin Herbert. A lot of people have been poo-pooing Herbert, but I'm not one of those people. I mean, first of all, I believe Herbert needs to sit for at least a whole season. Not only would that be great for him, but it would give the Chargers a chance to give Herbert a better supporting cast and shore up the O-line. Excuse me. But Herbert, he has all the measurables. Some people say he lacks intangibles. He can stare down receivers. He just makes odd reads from time to time. And he can be a little inaccurate. But it would just be like, maybe let him sit a year or two, and maybe when he comes in, just be the perfect situation for him. And I think he got to be a great starter. A great starter. I mean, he's got the arm and the athletics. Number 7, Carolina Panthers. And they took the defensive tackle Derrick Brown. Thank God the Giants take him. But it kind of worked out perfect for Carolina. With need and BPA line, I know Brown didn't have a great combine, and there's questions on if he can, get after the quarterback. There's no question on his run stuffing, and he's a strong kid. He's really powerful, and Brown is thought to be one of the safest picks. I was a little surprised the Panthers passed on Simmons. They must not view him as a middle linebacker because I was almost as sure of that as any pick this year because of Keith Lee. But number 8, Arizona Cardinals, and they take Isaiah Simmons. So, okay, Giants fans, breathe in, now breathe out. Repeat after me. It will be okay. So, the Giants had a major needed tackle, so they passed on it. But it will be interesting to see where Simmons lines up next year. The last week or so, I've seen people talking more about Simmons lining up at edge or outside linebacker as a pass rusher, and I'm not opposed to that. But he's going to need a lot of work for edge, and I just thought Simmons would be better used as a box safety. So I guess we'll see how that works out. That should be interesting. And number 9, Jacksonville Jaguars take C.J. Henderson. So I've seen a few people argue C.J. was better than OKUDAH, but corner was a huge need for the Jags, and losing Ramsey and then trading A.J. Bouye. I hope I said that right. I always get that wrong. So I didn't watch. Excuse me. I didn't watch a lot of team. on corners, just because I didn't think the Giants would take one super early. So I didn't see a lot of CEEDEE. What I did see is he was great in coverage. Now, I did see a lot of people getting on his ass about not tackling. There was also rumors he didn't know the plays in Florida. It was bad communication or something. But again, don't quote me on any of that. I'm ignorant to the situation in Florida. Yeah, that's my wife's team, and I hate them, so I have nothing to do with it. A number 10 pick, the Browns take Jedrick Wills. Now, if you watch my videos, you know Wills was my favorite tackle in this draft, and I believe he's going to be a great player. I mean, I fell in love with Wills' hands and feet, but the Giants chose Thomas, and I get it. Thomas was thought to be the safest pick at tackle, and that's the route they went. So, I mean, when your job's on the line, like Gettleman is, you might want to take the safe pick. At pick 11, you're just taking a guy Becton. And Becton is an animal of a tackle. He has huge upside. It's undeniable. But he also has bust potential. If he pans out for the Jets, though, there hasn't been many athletes like him at the tackle position. Well, really ever. Just a handful I can really think of. But at number 12, the Raiders take Henry Ruggs, and I absolutely love this pick. Ruggs could be a touchdown monster, a machine, or just might not fit their system altogether. I mean, I would have loved for him to gone to a team that had a quarterback with a big, strong arm, but you gotta respect. You really gotta respect Gruden, though. I mean, he really don't care what anyone thinks. He's gonna take his guy, and that's it. So I respect that, man. Number 13, pick 13, I should say, Buccaneers take Tristan Wirfs. Wirfs, I've said in previous videos, is an athletic freak, a tackle, but a lot of people think he's a risky pick. I think he's refine his game some, but Brady is a statue in the pocket, so he's gonna need his protection, and the Bucs are all in on getting Brady a new shiny right tackle, I suppose. At pick 14, the 49ers to JAVON KINLAW, defensive tackle. So 49ers, I just want to say something. The 49ers are just an amazing drafting team. I mean, it's so intelligent too, cycling out defensive linemen coming up on their first big deal and bringing in linemen on rookie deals. And KINLAW should be a great player, and I think it'll only get better as the years go. Pick 15, Denver Broncos take JEUDY. This one actually kind of surprised me, but I actually made a video that the Broncos should trade for OBJ if he was on the market because they really needed a wide receiver badly. JEUDY is thought by many to be, well, the best wide receiver in the draft. So now I believe he could be Brown. I really think he could be the best wide receiver in this draft, but when you think about it, Broncos just went from receiver being a weakness to a strength quickly. So, this will help the young quarterback over there. So, great pick for them. Pick 16, Atlanta Falcons take TERRELL, cornerback. Again, I didn't watch a lot of tape of corners this year, but I did watch the highlight films, and he's long, and he's got good speed, but he kind of reminded me of Eli Apple. So if you're a Giants fan, you don't know all too well about that. So sorry about those fans. We just don't know much about it, and he looks like a player that we don't like so much. Number 17, the Cowboys take CeeDee Lamb. This was surprising. Lamb's a great receiver, but the pick was just a little confusing considering they need a pass rusher, but I understand it, I guess. I mean, they have great depth now. If a receiver gets hurt, say Cooper for a couple weeks or something, it's not the end of the world. You ain't got to worry about it. Dak's got his receivers. So at the end of the day, it's just a great pick. I pick 18, the Dolphins take Austin Jackson, offensive tackle, and I'll just be blunt, this was a reach. But I don't think they really had a choice. They really have no other tackles, and an injury-prone quarterback could do it. I mean, that's a disaster situation. I wouldn't be surprised if they grab another tackle with their next pick in the second. I would have liked Jackson to go to a team where he could have sat a year, and because he really does have to refine his mechanics. But I mean, I guess athletic tools are there. In a couple of years, he can maybe be an okay tackle. So pick 19, the Raiders take Damon ARNETTE, cornerback. And I don't know much about Damon other than he's a physical guy, and this was a neat pick. I just think it was a huge reach, and best of luck to the Raiders on this one. So I picked 20. Jags take KLAVON CHAISSON. Hope I said that right. It's one of the tricky names, but he played outside linebacker in the last few games of the year. He really lined up a lot more edge rusher, so I'm just not a believer in CHAISSON being a full-time edge rusher, but it appears that's the way the Jags plan to use him, because it's a huge need for them. So, but I really would have liked for him to play outside linebacker 4-3. I just feel like that's the position best suited for him. Pick 21, Philadelphia State, Jalen REAGOR. I don't see it. REAGOR dropped a bunch of passes in college, and I didn't see many people mock him this early. I mean, listen, I know the Eagles are a division rival and everything, but I really do hope the kid works out for them, because there's so many wide receivers in the draft, and I almost guarantee there will be good ones taken way after this pick. So it feels like a huge reach, but time will tell. I mean, Wentz is a pretty good quarterback, so maybe get in there working with the kid and they get something going. So pick 22, Minnesota Vikings, and they take Justin Jefferson, wide receiver. So I know a lot of people had the Eagles taking Jefferson, but they passed, and the Vikings wasted not much time snatching him. I mean, a lot of people believe Jefferson translates as a slot wide receiver, and maybe that's why the Eagles steer clear of him, because they really do need outside guys. Jefferson probably will make his money in the intermediate area of the field. And pick 23, the Chargers take Kenneth Murray, middle linebacker. And now, I'm not a huge fan of Murray. I did make a video about it, but I just thought, again, just like CHAISSON, I thought he would be best at an outside linebacker in a 4-3. So pick 24, the Saints take CESAR RUIZ, center. Here's a guy most Giants fans really wanted, and I've been saying all along, I don't think he's going to make it to the second round, and he really didn't even make it close. I mean, we just wanted this guy. RUIZ was, I mean, most people say he's the best center in this draft, but someone always takes a center early. I mean, it happens every draft. And the rich get richer here because the Saints already got an amazing O-line. 25 pick, 49ers take Brandon Ayuk, wide receiver. So I don't know much about Brandon, but I've heard the kid's a good route runner. He went over the top at times. I watched a little highlight clip, and it seems okay, but the 25 pick, that's a complicated system. So, Kyle Shanahan's one of the smarter guys in the league, so I'm going to trust him on this one. Pick 26, Green Bay Packers take JORDYN. Wow. This could be a genius move or a complete flop. I mean, people have kind of loved Mahomes, and I think that's a stretch, or pretty much ridiculous. But I just think this is a great move by the Packers. Sit him down, let him learn behind Rodgers. What an advantage for this kid! It's just such a smart move. Now, he's got to be good if there's a chance. I mean, if he sits for a few years, he's got to be good. Packers just do it right with these quarterbacks, it seems like. I think this team, defense and offensively, is good enough to survive this pick. Anyways, 27th pick, Seattle Seahawks take Jordyn Brooks, middle linebacker. And honestly, this year there's a pattern, and I think this year is an experiment with athletic middle linebackers. I mean, there's a bunch of them this year, and this one might have been quite a reach, but I can see why. KJ Wright is getting old. I believe he's like 32 or something around that age. So, and I think he's only got like a year left on his contract, so he's on his way out. So maybe they could bring Jordyn Brooks in, let him sit and learn for a year. And it never doesn't hurt to sit behind Bobby Wagner. He's probably the best middle linebacker now. He's retired. The 28th pick, numbers man, Baltimore Ravens State, Patrick Queen, middle linebacker. Again, another freak athlete and really raw. I mean, I think he was taken a little early, but we would just see teams jump on these athletic middle linebackers, and this could be the new norm if some of these guys really hit. But I was thinking Patrick Queen would be a good middle middle second area for a team to take a chance on him. I don't think in the middle second they was taking a chance. I mean, the Ravens taking my 28, but I get it with their need. They need a middle linebacker. So the 29th pick in this draft, 2020 NFL draft, let's see Titans take Isaiah Wilson, offensive tackle. And Isaiah Wilson is a huge guy. And if we went with Simmons, this is one of the guys I was kind of leaning towards maybe the Giants taking the second round. But he's just a monster guy. It should be a bulldozer in the run game. Just so much fun to watch in the run game. But he's sketchy in the pass game at best. But it seems like the Titans like these kinds of kids. This was obviously this was a glaring hole from Jack Hoffman moving on. So Wilson needs to get the weight down. He's like 350, 360. That's too big for his frame. So I hope to see him take the weight down a little bit. The 30th pick in the first round, Miami Dolphins take Noah. Oh, here we go. IGBINOGHENE. I can't say that. He's a cornerback, and I just can't say that last name. Never saw any film on him, so I'm completely ignorant to him. So I did some research and found out he's a very young guy. He's only 20, and he's only played cornerback for a couple of years. I think he was a wide receiver before. And I watched his highlight film, and he looks like a great press man corner. So it's the highlights, so you don't get to see the bad plays, so I can't really make a full evaluation on him. Hey, Fulton's kind of corner. I mean, they really need it. Pick 31, Jeff Gladney, again, cornerback. Was a pick for the Vikings. And again, I didn't watch the tape on many cornerbacks, so I really couldn't tell you on this guy. I mean, that's not very professional. Sorry, guys, if you even made it this far. Probably not. But I did not see the run on cornerbacks like this coming. It's insane. And finally, pick 32, world champion Chiefs, and they take Clyde Edwards-HELAIRE. And I didn't see much tape on him, or running backs in general, because I thought there was no chance the Giants taking one early. But I did see. I did just see it because I watched so many LSU games and I scouted so many of them players last year and the year before. So I think he'll be the Chiefs' third down back day one. Because he just from thinking off the top of my head and remembering some of the big plays he made, it just seems. I remember he's a very smaller guy. He's got to be low 200s or even in the 190s, which makes me worry he's going to bulk up or he's going to get injured in the NFL. But it just makes me worry. But he could be in that passing game, very explosive. So to wrap this up, and I'm sorry this video is so long, but I just wanted to get to every team. So it's just long. Sorry. But I noticed that to summarize everything, just a lot of teams drafted for a lot more than I can ever really remember. So lots of reaches towards the end. I just didn't see this bizarre run on cornerbacks coming. Not sure anyone saw that coming. So leave a comment if you guys heard anybody saying there's going to be a late run on cornerbacks, because that was completely bizarre and interesting. But if you guys enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, hit the bell for all my future videos, and take care, y'all.